What's going on, everybody? Happy holidays. I hope that everyone is having a great time, a little bit more time to relax, maybe spend some time with family, spend some time doing some hobbies that you don't have as much time doing during the normal grind of work. Whatever it is, I hope it is awesome. Hope you've been getting some good reading done, most importantly, right? This is my update for the week. This is what I've been doing. I continued working my way through Starsight, sequel to Skyward. I'm almost halfway done now, moving very slowly, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm really noticing a really strong theme at this point in this book in particular of seeing things from other people's perspectives. Like, that seems to be a really prominent idea that Sanderson is exploring here through sending Spensa to a different location where she's essentially on her own and is meeting all these different kinds of people, different aliens, various different races, and she is quickly being sort of smacked in the face with how her expectations of how they might feel about certain things or how they might behave or how they might think is very different from the reality, right? Her expectations are just so formed by her experiences of her growing up, and she's sort of learning that not everybody thinks the same way, right? Which is, I think, a very prominent real world thing that goes on now, you know? So it's cool. It's interesting. It doesn't feel super heavy handed, but it certainly is obvious that that's sort of happening. So that's been fun, working my way through that on my cardio reads with my Kindle. I finally finished Darth Bane. The book 1, Path of Destruction. It was awesome, man. It really was. I've been really enjoying doing these Star Wars books. I've made my way through a handful of the Old Republic ones. I'm starting way far back in the chronology of the Star Wars EU, or the Legends, whatever you want to call it. And I've read a handful of those, and now I'm getting into the Darth Bane books that everybody says are awesome. And so far, one book in, it was awesome. You know, we followed just really this character and saw his arc through the book of beginning as very humble beginnings. He's a miner on this kind of weird, tiny little planet just off in the corner no one cares about, and his progression into Darth Bane was very cool. It was really, in most ways, it was really satisfying. There was a couple points where I thought the pacing was kind of weird, and I would have liked to see a little bit more things happen on the page. Or other times I was like, oh, okay, I get it. We can kind of move on. So I thought the pacing was not perfect, but it overall was still a really, really fun, really fast-paced. We got actually quite a few perspectives in that book, quite a few POVs. And man, I can't say enough how much I love these Old Republic books focusing on the Sith. The movies are, obviously, we get into the Sith, right? But the Jedi are really the biggest part of that. Which makes sense, right? That's the side of the story that we're supposed to root for, that we're following. And with these books, like, it is so... This Darth Bane book was, man, 85% Sith. Like, it's so cool. I'm really, really enjoying it. And looking forward to getting into book 2 here in the not too distant future. But that has been really fun. But the main thing, of course, has been continuing to work my way through Wind and Truth. I'm getting there. I think what am I on now? I am about to start day 8. So I just finished the interludes following day 7. So we're getting close. I think I'm like 2/3 of the way done. I'm hoping to finish it this week. That's my goal. I wanted to finish it by Christmas. I just don't think that's going to happen. There's just too much going on. Just a little bit too busy. That's how it goes, right? Them's the breaks. But I do believe I can finish it by the end of the week. So hopefully next one of these updates here, next Sunday or Monday or whenever, Monday I think I usually put these up, that hopefully I will have this finished and I'll be able to have some general thoughts. Obviously I'm not going to say anything even remotely spoilery, but it's been amazing, man. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's awesome. And that's all I'll say for now, right? Because I know that I will be utterly heartbroken if anybody spoils anything for me. So that's the last thing that I'm going to do for that. And the reading plans coming up this week are continue chipping away at Starsight, just little bits here and there. I was originally hoping to finish it by the end of the month, but there's no way that's going to happen. But that's okay. We're going to continue working my way through Wind and Truth, like I just said, and I'm also going to start Return to Edan by Dr. Philip Chase. I'm so excited to get back into the Edan trilogy. I think my thinking for these ebooks that I've been reading while doing some cardio here and there is, I think I'm going to alternate between like 2 series at a time. I think that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I like to bounce around a little bit, but I move through them more slowly that way compared to just, my normal reading time with like a physical book. So I think just bouncing back and forth maybe between 2 series rather than, 4 or 5 like I do with a lot of other things. I think that'll be good. So now that I finished Darth Bane 1, I think I want to go back and finish the Edan trilogy, and then I'll probably do the sequel to the Darth Bane, I believe it's called The Rule of Two, that very excited for that. Based on how book 1 ended, so stoked for book 2. But I want to get back to Edan. I want to finish that up. Everything I've heard about book 3 in the Edan trilogy is that I'm going to really, really, really love it, and I can't wait to get in there and see for myself. So those are the reading plans. That's what we got through. Watching stuff. Man, I've been getting into the holiday spirit, and it's been really fun. I love Christmas. I always have, and I really miss snow and the cold weather and all that kind of thing. I don't get that where I am now. It was like 80 degrees the last few days, so which I know a lot of people love, but it's just not my favorite. So doing my best to get into the spirit nonetheless. My girlfriend and I watched Elf the other night, and I forgot how great that movie is. It's been several years since I've seen it. I forgot how good. Like, it's just such a genuinely great movie, just a great story, and so much fun, and just all the good things, right? So I loved that. That was super fun. Got into the Great British Bake Off, or I guess the Great British Baking Show, they now call it. That it's one of my favorite shows ever. I love it so much. I still haven't seen the most recent season, so nobody spoil it for me. But we went in and watched a couple of the holiday episodes, just kind of the one-shot things that they do, and that was so fun. I love that show. It's just so chill and so wholesome and so fun, but it's still, I don't know, I feel like I learn things, right? Like it makes me sit there and be like, man, I want to learn how to bake, dude. That'd be so fun. That'd be so cool. But all I need right now is another hobby, right? That's tricky. But yeah, that's been great. And otherwise, anime stuff. I finally finished this most recent season of My Hero Academia. Finally, I was waiting. We were watching it together, and our schedules just, sometimes it's tricky, right, to kind of get to things like that, or during October, we were trying to watch more spooky stuff. Right now, we're trying to watch a little bit more Christmassy stuff, so it keeps getting pushed back, but finally got through it. Fantastic ending. I love that show a lot. I really love these last couple seasons, how it's getting more mature, and it's sort of what I've always hoped that My Hero would become. So that's been awesome. 1 season left. Crazy to think how that's going to be over before too long here, and it feels like it's been running forever, but yeah, so that's exciting. I finished 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, which was great. I'm not going to lie, my investment in that show kind of waned the longer it went, but it still packs a lot of punch in terms of like the heart and the emotion that's in there. I think we sort of started spreading into more characters that it felt like it just got spread a little too thin for me, right? Like, I wish it would have focused on just, the original 2, maybe 3 characters and really get deep into their psychology and their arcs, rather than expanding out. We added more people to the group sort of as the show went, which is very normal, right? But I think it just got spread a little thin in terms of some of that emotional payoff, but it was still awesome, still a lot of fun. I learned a lot about cosplay in there, which is really cool. But it was just such me, growing up as a big anime fan, mostly anime, some manga, that kind of stuff. And, I've never cosplayed, but I think it's super, super cool. I love seeing it. I would love to do it at some point. It's just, the time and the money. But just seeing that culture portrayed in a way that's very relatable was really cool. And seeing all the explorations of, finding your place in the world and just being okay with who you are as a person. And, your interests are your interests. You don't need to feel ashamed about what you like. And there's a community out there for everybody. There's a lot of really good, heartfelt stuff in there that I thought was great. Supporting your friends, right? Tons of great stuff. So that was fun. Continuing all the other seasonal anime that are going on. And those are almost done, right? Those are almost done. We're going to have to do the handoff to the next anime season here before too long. But those have been great. Continuing through that, that's the plan for this week. Just kind of continue those and continue doing some holiday stuff through this week, and hopefully watch some more Bake Off, right? Because it's been so fun to get back to that. Book mail for this week. I got 2 books in the mail. These are The Severing Sun and Bold Ascension by Vaughn Roycroft. And man, these, I'm really excited to get these. These have been on my radar for a while, ever since Philip talked about them on his channel. Oh man, when was that? A couple of years ago or something? I feel like it's been a long time. But he has such high praise for these, and I really wanted to check them out, and I've had it on my list. And you know, I interacted with Vaughn a little bit in a comment section, and just told him that I was like, hey man, like your books are on my radar too. I'm excited to get to them at some point. And he was nice enough to offer to send me copies, which is, and they're signed and personalized, and I sent him a note. Like, it's just amazing, dude. So Vaughn, if you see this, thank you so much. You're the man. I appreciate it a ton. I'm really excited to get to these. And for anyone interested, book 3 in this series, which should complete, it sounds like it's going to be like maybe 2 trilogies or something like that. That book 3 to complete this first arc should be out relatively early in 2025. And then we'll get to the latter books after that, of course. But I'm very excited to get to those. They sound awesome. So that's about all I got in terms of sort of what I've been up to, other than one live stream thing just to kind of shout out, is that I got to have Mike from Mike's Book Reviews on for an episode of NLR together, which was so fun. Mike is awesome, and he really is, one of the OGs for a lot of us that kind of got us into this whole community and got us interested in turning the camera on and doing this ourselves and throwing our hats in the ring. And a lot of people, he's been so influential in terms of, getting them reading again and stuff like that. He's done so much for the community, and that was really cool to get to meet him and just hang out and talk for a little bit. I had a great time. Mike's the man. So super grateful for that. If you want to go check out the replay, it is available on my channel, of course. Otherwise, we are just trying to survive right now. The work-life balance is a little tricky, but we're doing our best. Things are always busy, man. The school semester ends, and you'd think that I'd get a break, but no, that just means now I get to go do all the projects that kept getting pushed to the back burner during the semester. So we're making our way through. We're making progress one day at a time. It's okay. We'll get through it. But unfortunately, that means I didn't get to do any writing this week. I really want to continue working on some writing because that is super, super fun. But we'll get to it at some point. I got stuff swirling around in my head, so when I actually have time to sit down and do it, I think it'll flow pretty nicely. But we shall see. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's another week in the books, another awesome week. I had a great time, as always. Give me a thumbs up on that video if you liked it. Talk to me in the comments. What'd you do this week? Let me know what you're up to. Do you have any cool holiday plans you're excited for? All that good stuff. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you like the video, you like what I'm doing here, consider hitting that subscribe button. I love seeing the community grow. I love meeting more of you guys, talking to more of you guys in the comments. It's so fun, man. It truly is amazing, and I feel the gratitude even more now that we're in this holiday season. And I think the holidays are about a lot of things, but one of the things that's always there to me is that feeling of gratitude and just being around people you care about, and I feel that a lot with this BookTube community, man. I can't say it enough how grateful I am for each and every one of you. This has just been such a fun ride, and I'm so glad that I'm doing this. So thank you so much as always. See you in the next video.